responsibilities. They go down to the gyms. There's another set of
Yep.
responsibilities. So you actually move around the school, they're getting inconsistencies and a whole range of different rights and responsibilities. That might be a good thing, but it might also lead to the structural range of the schools impacting on that ability to have a consistent approach to growth.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's much, much harder. It's also harder because you don't have the quality relationship primary has. You know, you see them for a short period of time. You only see them in one subject area, and if they're not very good in that subject area, let's say I teach maths, if they're not good in maths, when are they gonna shine? I make a statement that, you know, the kid could sing. I can destroy most kids in 6 months. He'll come into my year 7 maths, right? And I will teach maths as I teach maths. I'm a kind person, but I expect a good standard. He can't do maths. He could sing in primary school. He was known as a singer. He had a bit of a reputation, and he did other things, you know. But in maths, so my point is, unless he can sing the right answer, I'm absolutely not interested in his singing. It has no interest to me because I'm a maths teacher. So if he can't do it, he's going to see me now as a nice person who doesn't value him. Now that's really hard to deal with, isn't it? If I'm a nice person but I don't value him, why should he value him? So he's got a bit of dilemma. So without even meaning to, if I'm unaware of what I'm doing, I could probably destroy a decent kid if he can't do maths. Now, if he then goes into another subject feeling bad about his experience in my subject, I don't know what effect that's going to have. So you can see how it could happen easily because I still focus on maths. Most maths teachers do. And most science teachers focus on science. Now, how you change that, I don't know. But that's where the primaries have a different view of life, you know. And so we'd have to think about how we could restructure or create professional development experiences for teachers where they go and watch the kid do art or follow him into singing so he knows I've seen him and heard him and I'm really impressed. I don't know what's going to happen, but something's got to happen, and when we get to the D's it's absolutely essential. A's and B's and C's is not such a big deal, but D's, it's going to be critical. Without that it's not going to change. Okay, anything else from last week? Yeah?
I took just one statement that you made at the beginning, reward effort, not behaviour.
Yep.
And I thought I'd always done that, but I changed the language in my classroom to be focused on effort, not behaviour. And that made a huge difference to my CCDs. And it made a huge difference in my classroom. And other teachers, their specialist teachers, have come to me and said what a difference it's made in those classrooms.
Very interesting.
2 weeks.
Okay, that's good feedback. Yeah, because they... And the other thing is, the corollary to that would be that as kids become more responsible and the effort diminishes, how are you going to talk them out of the reward system? What are you going to say to a kid who demands a reward because the animal gets one every time he does one thing right, and I do everything right and I'm not getting him? You know, what's going on here? This is not fair. You've now become unjust. Because they're thinking of a justice system, you know, give people what they deserve. Well, that kid does not deserve a nice comment because he finally sits up straight, and I've been doing the right thing forever. I don't get it. Why should he get it? So you're going to have to deal with all of that, and we're going to come on to that later. It's a real dilemma because that would be the next stage of this. How are you going to talk kids out of accepting a reward? Because now that they understand right from wrong, it shouldn't be such an effort. And I'm hoping you're going to tell me how you're going to do that because I haven't got no idea how to do it. I know how some teachers are doing it in primary, but I haven't heard too many doing it in secondary yet. Yeah, well the reward may well be that I don't have to bribe you. You know, I don't have to bribe you. That's your reward. Isn't that fantastic? I don't have to bribe you because you're so responsible. You know, that would be great, but they're not going to buy that so easily. Say that again.
Our students were telling us last night, because we had a collective thing where they came in and we did a PD on what we did last time.
Okay.
And they don't want rewards because it devalues them. It makes them feel like they're worth more than a steak.
Really?
Yeah.
Who said it though?
The students.
Which kids?
You're right.
Which kids?
The D kids.
The D kids.
Yeah.
Isn't that's wild? Wow, you should talk to kids more often, maybe.
Yeah, but it's surprised us too. They like being valued, and they like being appreciated, and they like thank yous, but they don't like to.
Okay. And then we're in the same boat, because I talk about minimising the reward system. And a thank you is a reward, but it's a minimal one. But for them, it's not so minimal, actually. And that goes with respecting the D kids. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Your $5 oppositional defiance disorder deal.
You tried it? Didn't work. Go to 10. Go to 10. I'll give it to you. Why? What happened? What happened? Tell me. This kid.
I made it work for what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to stay in his seat.
For how long? A
Well,
day too long. No.
Just for the activity that we were doing, we were making a fraction more.
And how long was that?
Well, how long was it? About 20 minutes.
Yeah, go
I
on.
wanted him to stay in his seat for 20 minutes. I didn't want him to make any rude remarks, and I wanted him to do the work to the best of his ability.
Yeah.
And he was a little quieter, and he lasted about 5 minutes in his seat, but he did absolutely no work. So.
You don't do the work's separate. You should keep that separate, by the way, because if we're talking about seeing if he can control his behaviour, keep it separate from work. The work is going to actually destabilise the situation, because every time he looks at it, he's going to feel bad. So if you could cut the work out, my advice would be, let's try this again. I don't know, nothing. He sits there. He sits there and chooses not to interfere with the learning of others. I don't care if he reads a comic, but the fact is, I'll give you the $10. It's worth it as an experiment to try again. I haven't lost it yet. What am I saying? No profits here. Okay, so you try again. This is our deal then.
I've got a feeling that if I showed him the $10.
Yes, I'm sure, or especially if you put in the smaller coins, the more there, the better. Or showed him what he might be able to buy with it. But you've already got a hint, if you're telling me that he managed for the first 5 minutes, that he's got an ability to choose for 5 minutes. So maybe what you'll do is, you'll take your $10 and you'll say, I had 20 minutes, so 5 minutes is a quarter, so here's your 25 cents. Let's see how you go today. So every 5 minutes is 25 cents. And then just see. So he now knows it's real. Just play the game. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get to see if he can choose to control his behaviour even for a short time. Good? Yep.
This $5 I've ever spent on him go to him was obviously a financial issue. This grade 2 child interrupts the whole time, even like when I'm in there, shocker, and we work with his parent and all this ADD stuff, fine, all that sort of thing. And we were going to do one of the reward chart with an egg timer, and we could go, 2 minutes, it's going to get stickers and build up to things. And the next morning we had a CRT, so it was going to misbehave, great day to do it. And I went down at 9:30, said to the CRT, how's the little kid going? Oh, she said, he's shocking, he won't stop interrupting, he won't sit still. So I took him outside and I said, I'm going to come back in an hour, and if you haven't interrupted once, we'll give you $5. Little grade 2 eyes just went, oh, fantastic. Came back in an hour, I said to the teacher, and I said to her, just keep a record, just put a mark down every time he interrupts you. Came back in an hour, hadn't been interrupted once for a whole hour, and now every time I go into the room, he's perfect. Absolutely does.
Have you had a chance to sit with him and say it's good to see that you can choose?
When I go to the money, I took him out and then showed his mum, and we talked about what a great person he was and how he can control himself, and every time he sees me now, he's
You're the one with the money. Okay.